Hey, order in the court. How the fuck is it going? Hope everybody's doing good. Scams. But first of all, episode topic, scams. If you've done a scam, if you've been scammed, all of it. I want to hear all of it. Call in 540-583-4464. Tell me about a time when you were involved in a scam, a scheme. So I ended up getting really drunk on Friday, huh? Pretty crazy. But when your friend says that he's gonna gift a sub for every shot, you do as many shots as you can. You get drunk. You get as drunk as you've ever been. I've been drunker, but I can't think of when, for sure. Just been tight. It was a cool birthday weekend. We did a bunch of shit for my daughter. She had a great birthday. They're still going today. They're fucking going to the movies right now while I'm doing this show. We've been at the mall for the baby. We're doing it, man. It's big birthday week the whole time. Large in part due to everybody that watches this show. So thanks, Mike, and everybody else. Can't stay, but happy birthday, Uncle Meat. Thank you. Yo, it's been so real. I bought all that tattoo shit. I've been almost tattooing. Yo, I can almost do it. It's still coming out bad, but how many more days can it be like that, you know? So we are out here. Yo, so we're talking about big scams, and I opened up the scamming Reddit. So we're going to go on to some scamming Reddits and read those while we wait for your call, 540-583-4464. But I got to tell you, it looks like most of these Reddits are scams you fell for, and I'm not seeing a lot of people saying they were scamming. So I'm much more interested in people who are scamming. I've done some pretty great scams in my life too, so we'll get into that as we go through, but let's hop right on Reddit and get into it. Happy birthday, mine's tomorrow. Heart you from Canada. Oh shit, happy birthday, Nicole. Have a good one. Oh, that ain't Reddit. Hell yeah, happy birthday. What's the biggest scam you ever fell for? Coney 2012, that's funny. He still has the chance to get elected in 2016. That's funny. I got the box. I bought the box of stuff, never got it. I bought the box of stuff, got it. You're not missing out. If you gave any money to any of that, nonsense. First of all, like, it was a good scheme. Like, that was an excellent scam they ran. But first of all, there's been people that needed help where there was, you know what I mean? The message was nothing new on this Coney shit, and everybody was just like extra ready for it. They were like, let's fall for this shit. Yo, new comp too. Nicole and everybody else watching on Facebook, new comp. I know I'm late. I know I said it was going to be Monday. I know it's Wednesday night and it's still not up. But before I go to bed tonight, after this stream is over, I will make the comp. Or maybe tomorrow morning. You know what I mean? I got stuff to do like everybody else. But it's almost ready. I just didn't find enough talks to make the extra comp, but it's almost ready. It's almost ready. We're right there. And let's see. Oh shit. And a big sub from the man Cheddar. Let's go. Hell yeah. Thanks, Nicole. Appreciate your understanding. Yo, also, if you're on Facebook, join the Discord. That way you can hop in and submit TikToks and all that jazz. Seems like my Instagram live video might not be working. Let's check that out, huh? Not letting me. So we're just not going to be live on Instagram today. And that's fine. And that's fine. You know, they can find us if that's what they want. Heartbreaking story. First of all, if you got scammed, it's not heartbreaking. I just know that you're dumb. Like, I'm not going to ever feel heartbroken because you got took. Like, but maybe, let's see. Let's try to get there. When I was 10 and my brother was 4, it says my brother at the time, which is kind of like what you would normally say about a boyfriend. It's kind of strange. Browsing the internet, I sit there scrolling, then bam, I see it. Tekken. Tekken 4, 10 euro. Bear in mind, this is when it was new. We practically begged our parents to trust the internet and buy our game. Then one day my mom agreed. We were so happy, got the checkbook, mom fills it in, we put it in the envelope. Check and stamps on it, bro. You're never getting that shit. And your parents should have known better. That's their fault. Now we're just waiting. A week goes by. Me and my brother are sitting by the letterbox every morning. Nothing. A week and a half, still nothing. We go online to check. Buyer has closed his eBay account. Bastard set the price just below the cost of canceling a check. 12 euros. Fuck you, eBay Tekken guy. Hope you fall into a vat of slowly heating oil, are trapped and fried to death. That's hilarious. That is heartbreaking. I thought it was gonna be like big dumb, but you know what? When you're a kid, you just hope for the best. I feel that. Your parents dumb though. The parents that emailed a check to eBay to buy you a Tekken game, they deserve that money took. And I wish I could have got it from them. Yo, here's a quick one. And this is also the best kind of scam when there's no real victim, but we fucking bought a inflatable water slide from Walmart. Like, it was basically like a bounce house, but you could put water and shit in it. And when we bought it, it was supposed to ship with the blower, like that sold with it, the thing that blew it up, and it didn't come with it. And they were like, oh, it shipped separately. It didn't come. And Walmart.com, they sell all kinds of shit because it doesn't all come from Walmart. Like, they just middleman shit from third parties and they'll ship it. So Walmart's like, oh, we reached out to the seller, so give it us like a day or two to hear back from them. The seller didn't respond. They sent us back like $600 for this fucking bounce house water slide shit. Then the blower came right after that. Like, it was a day later we got this shit. So it was completely functional, super free. Ooh, I feel good just thinking about it right now. Also, I gotta plug it always. If you're watching on Facebook, think about subscribing, join the subscribers. You know, there's almost 30 subscriber comps and a lot of them are like 45 minutes long. So if you like the comps and you wanna see extra ones, subscriber comp is where to go. And if you don't wanna give the money to Facebook and you wanna pass it along, write to me, just shoot me a DM and I'll give you the link to the comps. Cause they're all on YouTube too, but it's a secret. It's a secret YouTube, so. It sounds like similar outcome with a Wii. This was before PayPal protected all purchases and the maximum you could get back was 100 euro. Spent 200 euro on a Wii and the seller sold around 10 of them before declaring the account was stolen and closing it. That's pretty solid. Selling a bunch of fraudulent shit on eBay and then saying your eBay got hacked. I like that. Not guilty. Crafty bastard. Pretty good. I like that. When I was 14, a 40-year-old guy outside the train station came up to me and told me a story about how his daughter had been in a car accident. He said in all the excitement, he had left his money or wallet at home and needed to get back to her ASAP. She was in the hospital in a different country and needed train fare to get there, so he asked me for 12 euro, which I hesitantly gave him. And he gave me a wink and thanked me as he ran up into the train station. As I was waiting for a lift from my friend's parents, I was still outside. 10 minutes later, the man came out of the train station and walked right by me into the nearest pub. That's so tight. First of all, if I could trick a kid into giving me beer money, like if I could be like, hey bro, I'm just trying to get home, I gotta go. I would never do that, but like that must be the tastiest beer you've ever had. A tricked beer, like not even just a stolen beer, like you really hoodwinked somebody to get it. Sounds pretty sweet, I'm not gonna lie. Also, you should never give money to somebody who says they're a few dollars short of getting something they need an emergency for. They're a fucking liar. If somebody needs the money, they have barely any fucking money and they're like, yo, I need fucking all the money for a train ticket. I'm not gonna make it and I have no chance of making it. And you're like, oh fuck, like then maybe. But to be like, yo, I'm fucking $6 short on a pizza, bro. Can you just help me? I'm just trying to get a pizza. They're never buying pizza. And I know, because I can tell when someone wants to buy pizza because I want to buy pizza. The 90s were trash. Yo, the internet was the Wild West in the 90s. It still is now. You could just as easily get shit stolen from you now. We are just smarter. But like, if you're as dumb, you can get taken now. I know people getting scammed on the internet last year. Like, it happens every day. This blunt will not stay lit, I can tell you that. I had a homeless guy tell me he needed money to get a bus ticket. After I declined, seen this before, he tried to trade me his Metro card with money on it for some beers I had. Yo, that's hilarious. He's like, yo, dude, I'm just trying to get on the bus. And he's like, actually, I have bus money. Can I trade you for some beer? Like, let's cut out the middleman. That's tight. Guy that limped up to me about 50 meters from Duke University Hospital asked for bus fare, stating he had a broken foot and needed $4 to ride the bus to the hospital. I pointed behind him and said, hospital's right there. I'll help you walk up. He stomped his broken foot and walked off. No, he didn't. That's a lie. You think he was like, damn it. Like, no, he didn't. Every day with OnlyFans too. Oh, there's OnlyFans schemes now? That's tight. I would love to learn, like I would love to learn the OnlyFans scams. Like whatever people are doing to scam on there, please tell me, because I need to know. If it's not for public knowledge, you can tell me like in a day. I don't know, but I need to know the OnlyFans scams. Teach me their ways. These stories are always lies. When people are like, I offered a homeless guy food and all he said he just wanted money. That's never true. That's never true. That's just people being like, well, that's why I don't give to hobos, because they're always lying. Even if that's your stance, you don't have to tell a made up story. Even if you're like, homeless people are liars and I won't give them money. You don't have to then be like, and I've tried and it doesn't work. Like that part just makes you sound like an idiot. It doesn't make homeless people sound any worse. Like it just like, I'm like, oh, well, now I know you are also a liar. So let's write that down. Meal plan in college. Pay $1,100 to get $1,300 in flex dollars. Only problem is that the food on campus is twice as expensive as it would be off campus as you run out in a month. That's funny. Good night. How are you? Can you help me reach $75 on this profile? Can you help me reach 75 followers on KickDog? Because I only have 7. I'm not helping anybody get to 45 or 75 until I have that many. Don't get crazy. Yo, the kick chat pops up in my fucking. That's tight. That's new. But now I don't have to keep my kick chat open. A revolution. A revelation? My, how the turntable. Yo, I've been on both ends of many schemes. So, and actually, no, I can't think of a time I've really been scammed. Ooh, I put $7 into a parking lot thing yesterday. Almost every time I've been legitimately scammed in my fucking life, it has been paying for parking. Like several times I've paid an attendant for parking downtown, and then I've gone to walk up to where I was going, and the guy's like, you don't have to pay to park there. And it's just some guy tricking people to pay to park. That is such a smooth hustle, because everyone downtown is scared of getting towed, especially me, because my tags are from like 2017. So I have to park somewhere that's a private lot and it's safe. So I'm very quick to be scared my shit's gonna get towed. I will pay you for parking if you're like, hey, give me $10 right now if you're gonna park there. I'm like, you got it, dog. Like that's just how I am. Gonna sell feet pics for the rent. My feet are ugly as fuck. That's hilarious. Yo, here's the thing. Dudes that are into feet, they're not all into the same kinds of feet. It's the same way these things are into anybody else. Some guys that are into asses, like really sloppy and nasty asses. So take those gnarly feet of yours and make that rent money. Like, you will get it. You just gotta find some of these extra freaky feet guys, and they're gonna ask you even weirder shit than normal. So be ready for that. But I mean, don't think your nasty feet have no value, because weirdos will pay any amount of weird money to see any weird shit. So don't discredit your little tootsies. Cheddar said, there's no way you've done so many good scams, Judge. Oh man. Cheddar knows all my scams, bro. Cheddar knows all my scams. He knows everything I've ever done. He knows all my secrets. Appreciate it. No, you're good. I appreciate your support. You can get that foot money. My first job. My first job after high school selling Cutco. Okay. I was never one of these fucking jackasses that sold Cutco knives, but I will say this. I sold every other scamming piece of shit. All the dude multi-level marketings, ADT securities, fucking vacuums, both Kirby and Rainbow. I sold all that stupid shit because I will do almost anything to not work a real job. Like, if my wife was bugging me to get a job, I try to get a job like that because it's not a real job and I don't like to work. So like, and I sold some shit, but that's not a job anyone should be doing. So like, that's big scam. That's like any kind of multi-level marketing scam that they have for makeup or dildos or whatever shit that girls get into. The dude ones are just as bad. Maybe less useful. You'll get a lot more use out of a dildo than a vacuum, like, for sure. Vector. I went to door taping flyers onto doors for Dish Network. Never saw a penny from them. What a scam. Oh, see, like, here's the thing. Like, if you're going to get a shitty job, try to find something with some guaranteed pay. Like, even if they're like, we'll give you fucking, you have to find some kind of pay. Even if it's just for the training. Even if they're like, there's a bonus of X amount of money a week for the first month. And then after that, you're on your own. Work that first month and then never show up again. Like, get the guaranteed money and then you will know by the end of it that it's fucking dog shit and you can dip. Like, there's in the middle of every scam, there's a place for you to make some money. My mom recently got tricked into like one of these money laundering schemes where like they send you PayPal and you're supposed to send it back. And my mom gets sent this money and she's like, hey, I'm having trouble sending this money out. And I was like, Mom, you are right in the middle of some money laundering shit. For sure. And I can guarantee it. But you're presented with a unique opportunity here because you're getting held up in the middle of this. You're holding this fool's money. So the only way you can actually win this exchange and also not commit a crime is if you just hang on to this money, or better yet, send me some of it. Do not send this fool this money back. Do not order any cards or anything he tells you to buy with this money. Send me half the money and then use the rest of the money to go buy some shit for yourself. This is your one and only chance. I'll tell you by the conclusion of this story, she no longer has like a Venmo, PayPal, any of it. I did not get any of that money, and it did not go well for her. But there was a chance. That's what I'm saying. In the middle of every great scheme, there's a chance to flip it on someone. Went to a few multi-level marketing things. See, bro, they know how to get you. I just read on this shit that that the boards sell your info. If you like ever take the PSAT, they sell your info to those companies. That's actually a genius racket too. Call in. Tell me what schemes you were in. 540-583-4464. Who's scamming? Tell me. Oh my God. I guess I could post in the Discord that we're live, huh? At everyone, live now with scam stories. Yeah, so call in. Let's do it. Post it to Discord. I just did. Hopefully you got the alert if you're on Discord, because I just added everyone. I was drunk in Ukraine. It's 5 a.m. I round the corner and see my buddy chatting with two drop-dead gorgeous women. I walk into the conversation hearing, "We could go back to your place." It's exciting. Aroused by the proposals, I join the conversation. After thinking I spit mad game, these two girls come back to our place. I have potentially some of the greatest sex of my life. So does my friend. We wake up to his wallet, cell phone, and camera all missing, but the woman did cook us breakfast and left it on our stove. Yo, that's worth it. First of all, fuck your stuff, bro. That story is worth way more than this full cell phone and camera. Like, that's an excellent story. That's an A+ story you can tell at any party or dinner you go to. Also, still hit though. Like, usually it's just fuckboys and weirdos that say still hit though, but like, you got robbed blind. But you also said it was the best sex you've ever had. That's a fair trade. Men have traded their lives for the best sex they've ever had, and you just lost your friend's wallet? Enjoy it, buddy. So you're telling me you had sex? Yeah, bro, you won. These broads have a way worse story. They fucked two losers, and all they got was a phone and a camera, and they had to cook breakfast. You won. You won that exchange. How dare you? I shouldn't even be hearing about it from you. You're guilty. And they're not guilty. Double ruling. Oh, everybody else is just saying he won too. So I'm not even original. Clicking on an ad to win a free car. Filled out my mom's information. I was 8. This is adorable. It's a kid. They're trying to help. If it was my kid, I'd have been pissed. But guess what? I brought my kids over to visit my parents. My mom is high as fuck. And she's in there on a laptop. And I hear her go, "I'm the 10,000th visitor to this website. I'm their 10,000th customer," or something. It was some bullshit thing like that. And she was like, "Oh, I want something. I'm going to put it in." I was like, "Mom, I hope you're kidding. But since I know you're not, please stop what you're doing and don't do it. That's not real." It's been like multiple times like that she's said something like that. This was before the money laundering scheme even. She is the target audience. Like a high older person. Like not only are they old and impressionable, she's also been smoking dope. So like, she's also been smoking weed, bro. So like you can trick her if you are silver tongued. '30s without a college education. I desperately enrolled in what I thought would be the best chance at college degree with my schedule, an online for-profit school. All schools are like that now, bro. My recruiter told me about the school. Thought it would be all right because my recruiter told me about the school. This fucking douche that tricked me into joining Army told me it would be all right. I don't know why it didn't work out. Told me this school, prestigious sounding International Academy of Design and Technology. That doesn't sound real at all. What I didn't know was that schools could just make up their own accreditation. Every class I took, I could have taught myself online for free. Their teachers were, for the most part, a joke. As long as you passed something in, you got an A. It was a diploma with no real value. A diploma mill with no real value. Only went there for the equivalent of an associate's degree, so I'm thankful I didn't put myself further into debt. Yo, what the fuck is this guy talking about? He said his recruiter. If you are in the fucking army, don't they pay for your shit on your own? Isn't that the main reason these fucking yokels join the army, is to pay for school? You're in army and you're paying out of pocket for a fake college? That's 3 dumb things I know about you right off top. That means you're a fucking idiot. I don't need to know a single other thing about you to know you are a dumb person, bro. Unless I'm dumb. Maybe I'm dumb and that's not how army works, but I'm pretty sure it is. And I'm not gonna Google it. Pay to die. Hell. Not really a scam, but I was in Beijing with my Nana. Looking for a hotel we were booked into. It was very hot and humid. We were tired. A bicycle taxi approached us and asked if we wanted a ride. He told us that he knew where the hotel was and it would cost X RMB, which is however much of this currency. Wasn't very much, so we gladly accepted. After a while, it became apparent he didn't really know where he was going because he told us we were at our destination. We clearly weren't. Then he jacked the price on the trip about 3 times. Well, you can just not pay him, right? Sure, it works on many foreign tourists, but my Nana had lived abroad for many years in her youth and was having none of it. She paid him the first agreed upon amount and walked down the road. Taxi running. I'm sad I read that. Not worth it. Gold-plated HDMI cables aren't better. Oh, I've bought them many times. Not just because I thought they were better. They usually are just like the ones that you're going to buy, like, or they're around the cheapest ones. But I didn't know that they weren't any better. That's illuminating. What a gap. This is a long time with nobody to call. Call in 540-583-4464. Tell me about a scam you were in. Well, I mean, if nobody's going to call in, I'm not just going to read Reddit the whole time because I got big scam stories. So in like, I don't know, it's like 20, I was collecting toys and shit and like on toy Facebooks and action figure Instagrams and all kinds of online toy collecting groups and you name it, bro. From like, since like 2010, like all the time. Then by like 2015 or 16, I was like fucking running like a small business out of my house where I was making custom toys and selling them. So like the first people I was like trying to sell this shit to when I started doing it was all the homies, like all the toy homies, because that's who buys this shit. And they're willing to be like, and I was just undercutting everybody else I knew that did this shit. I knew like a bunch of people that sold this shit and I knew that they always overcharge for shit. So I was like, you could do this shit in no time. And I just charged like a very low amount of money and I only took half up front. And I barely charged most of my homies anything because I also took a bunch of shit in trade and this and that. Long story short, I only kept up with this shit for like 6 months. The last 6 months, I was only making like one every so often and taking a bunch of money. I never stopped. When people are like, commissions are closed, I never did that. I just took orders. If you're not taking orders when people are trying to pay you money, you're losing that money. They're not going to come back later. So I was just taking orders. And my intention was to make them. Like I was making it all the time. I was spending like day and night making these shits and people were like, oh, you're just stealing this money. And I was like, really? I'm working very hard. But then what ended up happening was people really acted like I was stealing all this money, like I was a thief. So what I started doing was really stealing this money. Like I was like, oh, well, if you guys think I'm not gonna fucking send you this shit and say that I won't, then I won't. Like I was getting in just as much trouble as if I was really stealing just by being late. So I just was like, I might as well not do it then. So I just fucking went ghost on a bunch of people, double sold a bunch of shit I sold, you name it, full schemed it out. Bro, I made so much money. I worked from home. I made like 30 grand one year. Like I've never made that legit, like that much legit on paper money in a year. And that's not a ton, but for some fucking jackass that just stays home with his kids, it was a ton of money. And like, I always say that wasn't really my fault because I wasn't even trying to scheme it up. But then like a year after I had been ghost from all these fools, I opened up a bunch of new accounts under an alias and I posted a bunch of new toys that I'd made and I took a bunch of new orders. I had very little intent to actually make these ones. This one was basically full scheme city. Like I was making, and I was taking a ton of orders. I sold like actually 3 or 4 things I actually set up. That was big scam city. And that was pretty tight too. And I guess all this to just say that if you're trying to scheme money on the internet, it's out there and you just got to find the right niche. And so I think you can do that if you really try. Good luck. Call in 540-583-4464. Call and tell me about a scheme that you were a part of. Did I scam you? Did somebody else scam you? Did you scam somebody? I'm ready to hear about it. I'm only going to read so many more of these Reddit shits before we just shut the shit down. And maybe this wasn't as fun as a topic as I thought, but you know what? You got to take risks and you got to try. I think I remember being drunk on Friday and saying we were going to do a pro wrestling stream. I think that might be a good idea, but I also don't know. Might not be fun at all. But I remember when I was drunk, we were all really yelling about pro wrestling and it was exciting. And I'm still kind of excited about it. So maybe write that down. I'm just gonna look. Just gonna look. 7:30. Burn through some of these Reddit ones. That's what we're out here for. You know what I mean? That's what we're doing. Haven't thought about this in a while, but a few years ago, I wrote a novel, poured my heart and soul into it, and thought I could get it published and make it as a novelist for the rest of my days. Here's the thing, and I'm one of these people, so I'm no better. So when I say this, just know that I say it with fucking love. There is no one more fucking delusional than a creative person. And I'm one of them. Like when I was trying to do stand-up, and I still am, sure. But like when you do stand-up, you run into so many other fucking absolutely delusional people that will try to tell you like they're doing this or like they're trying and somehow making it. You're not. You're just trying to get good at something until something good happens, but you're not actually. There's like a fake ladder everyone's trying to climb. Like they're like all trying to sell you that they're doing it. And like this dude who's like, I wrote a book, I thought I could make it as an office. That's the same shit. And it's good because if you are going to make it like that, you have to be that way. But there's also for every one person that sells a book that like writes a book that actually sells, there's a zillion people that wrote a bunch of shitty books that no one's ever going to see. So like part of being successful is being delusional, but until you are successful, it's like a very sad level of delusion where you're like, I just thought I was going to make it and I will, but not yet. And I'm the same way and I'm no better. I'm doing it right now. I'm on the internet talking to 7 people doing it right now. So I'm no better than this fucking book asshole. He's probably better than me because he could write a book. Obviously, I get that. But we're both idiots. That's what I'm saying. We're both idiots. After months of sending my script to different agencies looking for representation to get published, after rejected notices, finally a firm called Writers Literacy Agency, a literary agency, got back to me saying they would apply, happily take my script and represent me for a fee. Bro, no, like, those places make money by getting you work. Like they will sign you and then they get part of your incoming money. Anywhere that's like, yeah, we will, if you pay us money, we will get your face out there. That's a straight up scam. That's like a 90s style, like discovered at the mall for modeling scam. I'm just seeing if everybody's still here. We got to pick a party down topic for Friday. Friday is a party topic. I mean, I guess we could do the tripping episode if I'm about to get. I want to do an episode about tripping, like mushrooms or acid, but I'm about to get a bunch of acid, so I'm waiting for it so I can do a bunch of acid on stream. I'll have to give confirmation. When that fool says he shipped it, then I'll plan the trip and stream, but I don't think it's coming up yet. My girl was doing sex work and got scammed for content by a guy. Yo, I always wonder, you really have brought up a great point here, Larry. In-person sex work, money always comes up front. Not always. I guess that's not true. Strippers get paid afterwards, and often the guy ended up not having enough. It's like a constant problem for them. But all other sex work, those guys have, like, everybody has to pay up front. But online sex work, for you to be like, hey, I'm gonna send you $50 for some pictures or a video, and then she's like, all right, send me the money and I'll send you the video. And this guy, I'm for sure, is like, well, send me the video and I'll send you the money. That will never happen. You only can sell shit to people who will pay up front. You cannot send content to anyone and expect them to pay for it later. Because that guy's going to come in 1 minute after you send the video, and then the last thing he's going to want to do is send the money. You have to get the money from him before he is ejaculated, or he will never pay it. That's the simple fact, maybe, of all sex work. If a guy jerked it before a date, he wouldn't even go out. So to think that he's gonna pay for porn after he uses it, never. That will never happen. And it's not right. I'm not condoning it. If you enter into a money-based sexual contract, you should keep up your end, for sure. But also get your ends, get the money. Get the money first. Money up front, just like in real life. Similar experience with poetry.com. Can't think of one I've fallen for, but one of my great uncles in his late 70s got a shady email from someone saying that was my cousin in trouble, and the person needed $2,500 to release him. He's actually on his way to wire the money over before someone in the family found out and stopped him. Damn, that's a lot of cash. That's a lot of monies to get scammed out of. The elderly are really targeted a lot. Like, even just about normal, like regular phone scams, like fucking predatory phone calls and shit like that. Like, my grandma's old, her shit rings off the hook, bro. And it's almost none of it's real shit. It's almost all bullshit. Guy calls and says my cousin's in jail in Canada and needs $2,500 wired to bail him out. So we tried to explain the scam to my grandmother just in case she got a call like that too. she couldn't hear us very well. And when we told her the story, she was saying it was a scam. She kept saying, what? Pay the man? No, Grandma, do not pay the man. That's funny. I'm sad that there's people who would take advantage of the elderly like that. Fuck yeah, there are, bro. That's who has money, is old people. And they're right. I'm just kidding. It's true, but you shouldn't do. Doubling money in RuneScape. Next door neighbor, we were both 11 at the time, suggested we do a console swap. That's something that I probably could have gotten tricked with as a kid. My parents would have beat the shit out of me for doing that. But like, you always want to play your friends' consoles. Like, your friends always have a different system than you. It's very rare that you guys have the same system. So if he was like, yo, you want to trade shit for like a week, I could see that I could get tricked by that. That would trick me. And I would do it even if my parents told me not to. And I would do it without telling them even before I asked, because I would assume they'd say no. So this is something I'd fall for. So I'm scared to read the rest. I know it's not going to be good. Lent him my PS1 on the understanding that he would lend me his N64. He said his brother had it, but I could come over and collect it at the end of the weekend. Got home from school a few days later to find out him and his family had moved out. Sneaky fucker knew all along. Even took my copy of Adventures of Alondra. Yo, that's actually a pretty. That would have gotten me, but also like it's crazy that the other 11-year-old kid was like, I bet I could steal this full shit. Check this out. Had this happen to me with my Game Boy Color. Game Boys were so tight. Game Boys may be a GOAT system for me as a kid. Like, I had home systems too, but like, you just played the Game Boy so much because you were out and about. Oh, took out a $500 payday loan. Took 6 months to pay it off because I kept taking out more of the loans to be able to afford to pay my regular day job. Payday loans are big scheme, bro. You need a little money before you get paid once. You will not catch up forever because then you go and pay the payday loan. But then guess what? You can't afford to be $500 short on that check either. So then you take out another loan. Like, you have to have windfall cash to get out of paying a payday loan. And then you also have to actually pay it off with that money when you get extra money, which never happens either. It never happens. It is such a bad loop. You will get caught in a payday loan loop for a fucking year. But guess what? Sometimes you needed that money. Sometimes like you have some money and you're like a couple $100s short on rent or a big bill and you have to take a payday loan. So they can save you, but you will spend months losing like $50 to $100 a check minimum just getting the loans and paying them back. And it's a nightmare. Don't do it unless you absolutely cannot avoid it. I know people who've borrowed $500 each week for every 2 weeks for 6 years now. They use one loan to pay off the other, losing $55 in finance charging between each one. Yeah, it's a ton of money. Can't confirm. Worked at a payday loan company. Dealt with someone who had paid the cost of their original loan 10 to 15 times over and still owed more than they originally borrowed. Yeah, fuck yeah. I own a hotel apartment in St. Lucia. What was that? Is it built? Oh no. Paid the deposit 4 years ago. When will it? Oh, dude. €30,000. This fool paid €30,000 on a deposit on an apartment. That's a big scam. That fool got took. 30 grand is a big payday. You can quit scamming after that. That could be like that's a career scam and you could be all done after that. Damn. To send money over for real estate, like, you know how many, unless you dealt with like 5 different people and signed a lot of paperwork, like unless it was a very elaborate scam, you're done. Like, you had to know several times that something felt kind of weird. That's terrible. I want to help. I have luxury condos getting ready in Nassau. Groundbreaking in 2 months. You can get in before the price doubles. That's funny. I like jokes like that. Paid for that apartment before they own a home where they live now. That's even dumber. This guy's a big dummy. I don't care how elaborate the scheme was. He's a dummy. Keep it going. Keep it going. Scam thought getting married would be sex whenever I want. That's funny. I know he's just joking, but I mean, if he was serious, he's a dummy. But also, it's a funny joke. Full Sail is a very expensive art college in Orlando. Cousin is going there, so you're gonna spend $140,000 on her education as a film major. She's not guaranteed a job. She's gonna be so screwed when she graduates. She's in their accelerated learning program. It means you take 2 classes over a 4-week period, and hopefully she passes them. She already failed a couple classes. I live in Orlando and I go to UCF, studying computing engineering. I have no idea what this is gonna be like, but anyway, it sucks to be here. I mean, this guy might get screwed too. Like, he is also really shitting on it because he thinks what he's doing better, and I'm sure it is better. Like, I'm sure it is a scheme, and like most art colleges are a scheme, and you should never major in film anywhere. That's not gonna be useful for you. You're not gonna have a job. Like, that part, they're right, but I'm studying computer engineering. I have no idea what it's going to be like. You still probably just end up somewhere writing code, but at least it still pays well. Writing code is so hard. Like level 3, 4, 5 nerd shit is so beyond me. Like I try to figure it out all the time and I can't. Sorry, just making plans with everybody. Can't believe we're going to go 0 calls. 540-583-4464. You have less than 10 minutes to call before I wrap this show down since no one called. I'm ready. I'm disheartened and I'm ready. We just had like the funnest stream ever on the last stream, and for us to be struggling now is disheartening. But it's fine. It's fine. By the time you realize it's mostly bullshit, you already put almost a full year in. Uh-oh, dummy alert. I'm hearing it. Nerd alert. Oh, but I'm dealing with 3 rambunctious boys. No problem. I'm only free here at the house because my wife took all 3 of my kids out of here and it's very quiet. So I feel you, dog. No, you know what? I changed my mind. We'll go to the next thread. I mean, there's a bunch. Oh, actually, this one's way more current. Yeah, this one's from like a couple months ago. Let's go. What are some of the biggest scams to have happened in history? Historic scams? Fake selling the Eiffel Tower twice. I don't want to hear stories about people who know stories, though. I want to hear. Okay, what's the worst scam you ever encountered? Also current. Let's go. Knew some guy who was the most ugly motherfucker, like years old, no neck, similar to the guy in 90 Day Fiance to be Ace. He had a girl who would message him every day, only by text, who had a supermodel and asked her to come see him. He did this like 10 times, and every time he still fell for it, and when she couldn't make the flight in time for whatever bullshit reason. Just can't believe people actually fall for these scams. People are desperate, bro. People are so desperate. You find someone that looks super desperate, they're probably ready to get hit with a scam just for a chance, just for a whiff, bro. That just a hint of hope. That's what they're paying for sure. This is a short one. Scientology. Recently saw on the news an older lady lost $17,000 on a grandma scam. Damn. That's the same thing, just saying that they're getting kid me money. Multi-level marketing of all sorts. Talking about anyway. Amway, juice companies, coupon MLM sales, all the different stuff. I'm getting a text message. Oh, I said she's letting my daughter eat popcorn. She has an expander and braces. She hasn't had popcorn in like months. It's like her favorite food. She said she's just going nuts. That's probably not exciting to anyone, but that's why I'm laughing and texting. Oh my. Oh, they're having fun. They're all having fun without me. These current ones are so much shorter. I guess it makes sense that the 10-year-old ones have more posts. Check my Mex State thing on Times Square like 4 years ago. I'm still too long. There are too long didn't read. That's what I'm looking for. This one sucks. All right, well, I'm sorry if I picked a bad topic. Now it's feeling like it's my fault that the show's doing bad. I felt like blaming you guys, but I know it's my fault. All you guys did was try to watch. So Friday, we're gonna do some kind of party topic. It won't be tripping. It won't be tripping yet. That'll probably be next Friday. But this Friday, I'll pick some kind of fun party time story, and we'll have fun party time on Friday. So come back Friday. We'll do a real calls with real shows, the fun ways. And it'll just be like old times. So we're going to adjourn court early, and I'll fucking see you guys on Friday. And hopefully that shit goes better. Bye.